Hey guys, welcome back to another serving of food for thought. Of course, not everything in the reading will resonate with you, so I encourage you to take what does and leave the rest. However, if this resonates, or you just so happen to like this reading, let me know by commenting down below or liking this video. Of course, if you are new to the channel, welcome, and join us as I prepare a bit of food for thought. So let's jump right into the energy of the cards. Holy Spirit, what are the messages here for the collective energies? Someone is emotionally imbalanced now that you have moved into the unknown. I see you standing in your power, standing on your word. I see you doing something out of conviction. I feel someone is definitely lost, very emotional here with the King of Cups in the reverse. Someone's emotional because they didn't see something for what it was. This is someone who should have rejected a dirty offer. Yeah, something definitely got out of control, causing you to go into the unknown and stand your ground. This is something that someone is reflecting on or deeply thinking about because they don't feel safe wherever they are. I feel something or someone invited them in. This could be a dark sense of self or a group of people, but I feel this is someone who was blinded to what they were attracted or blinded to what they were attracting. Someone allowed something or someone to take hold or put a key in their bag. I feel this is someone who was curious about a situation, a group of people that only caused destruction. Ten of Swords. Yeah, I feel this energy was curious. I feel this energy was curious and now they're feeling like a fool. This is someone who now feels foolish for a choice, a situation that they now feel bound to. I feel this is someone who is also trying to hold on to what they have, knowing that something has gotten out of control and they should have never accepted an offer. I feel like this is someone who accepted an offer and now they're thinking about what they invested in, because now they're in a space of worry or regret for giving in to a group of energies or a false environment that only cause more turmoil and pain. I feel this is someone who is out of ideas. Something is outdated. Ace of Swords energy. These pages are old. This is someone who just doesn't get it when it comes to holding on to something. Someone definitely invested in the wrong thing and now they're consumed by their own thoughts. They're consumed by the past, as the past is now haunting them, as something has definitely gotten out of control. The secret's out. You may know a lot about this situation, the Hierophant energy. I feel for many of you, you know this is someone who's made a foolish mistake. Now someone is in deep reflection here with the Four of Swords energy, knowing that they should have never taken something for granted. I feel like this is someone who is in solitude, who is about to receive a message or a sign that won't sit well with them. This is someone who is wanting to pull themselves out of the depths of hell, a nightmare that they feel bound to, trapped to, bound and trapped in. This energy is now wanting to run away from the secrets, the lies, and the betrayal. There's third-party energy here who is causing them to go through a lot. Someone is watching them fail, and they're wanting to run away from this. They're wanting to run away from this broken, unstable situation that they feel trapped to, concealed by. They feel like there's nowhere to go. They could be trying to get advice, but this is someone who should be careful who they trust, because some things and people are not what it seems to be. This is someone who is asking for advice on how to escape something that they have made a mess of. Something is definitely over their head and they may be asking the wrong people on how to get out of this trouble. I feel this is someone who is going to have to take a solo path. This is someone who is going to have to make some sacrifices where there is really no abundance, just a lot of hard work. But this is someone who doesn't want to face the truth or face the crowd. This is someone who doesn't want to be judged. They could be trying to numb the pain through alcohol and instant gratification, but I feel this is someone who's going to have to fight for it. Fight for the change that they want or expect in their life. I feel this is not going to be easy. Knight of Wands energy is letting me know this will be a battle where someone could be harmed or wounded forever. This could be a very traumatizing situation where someone feels like their life or their future is at stake. This is someone who was moving impulsively and it just got out of control. This is someone who was in over their head and they didn't see something coming until it hit them. And it hit hard. Here with the Tower moment. It hit hard, and this is someone who can barely even look at themselves in the mirror. This is someone who doesn't even recognize themselves anymore because they have changed so much. This is why they're going to have to go on this journey of self alone, even if the sacrifices are detrimental. I feel this is someone who disappointed you in a very big way when they moved on or left or did something impulsive or reckless with your energy, because now they're wanting to replenish something with you, but they're sitting in the Hangman energy. Even though this energy wants to replenish or restore or find a new way, a new beginning, this energy is still holding on to something. I feel this is someone who has heavy sense of doubt. They're having suicidal thoughts or thoughts of self-harm, but I feel this is someone who is holding tight to whatever they have. I feel someone is also holding tight to the secrets and betrayal. Someone knows that you want your respect. This is the Queen of Swords. I feel you could be nice about this situation, and you have, but you could also change and be very ruthless with what you stand on. But I feel you've been sitting in this High Priestess energy and giving into your intuition and allowing the Most High to fight your battles. You know enough. You're standing on your own truth. Facts. Here with the World card, something is definitely about to come full circle with the things that you have found out. This is a lot of secrets, lies. I feel you don't know everything, but I feel you know enough. Hierophant energy. Not only have you set some boundaries, I feel you are fiercely doing so. For many of you, this energy doesn't have access to you, but I feel that is rightfully so due to the things they refuse to let go or the things they have done to you, because for many of you, you feel you barely know them anymore yourself. I feel for many of you, this is someone who has changed drastically. You wonder why? Because this is someone who failed to grow or even be true to self. Now you could be on your own journey, and this energy is starting to feel like their life is cursed. Yet I sense it's only justice running through their life. I feel this is a very emotional situation to watch someone fall from grace, but I feel this is someone who is not seeing what they're investing in for what it is. This is why they have failed to replenish, recoup, or drag themselves out of this misery. Someone is definitely caught in their own mess. This is someone who is trying to seek advice from the wrong people, and this is why there's a lot of chaos and confusion. They're not knowing who to trust, and I feel like this is someone who has no true energy of trusting self or anyone else. This is someone who is used to running from their problems instead of solving them, which only led to more destruction, more pain. This is what haunts them. I feel like this energy is at a distance, even though they want your validation, your attention, but I feel you're protecting what you have built, what you have invested in, because you know that this energy hasn't come up with nothing new. I feel you could also have a concern about what they have attracted or what they're still holding on to. I feel whatever that is about to be revealed, but in a very distorted way. Let's get a little bit more energy here. I definitely feel this is someone who is hanging on to what they feel is valuable, but I feel the things they think are valuable are the very things they need to let go of to find their way. Make sacrifices that push them into the unknown, because in the unknown is where they'll find you. Yeah, this is someone who is holding on to the hope, but there's a lot of cloudy judgment when it comes to an illusion or some type of distorted way of thinking. This is someone who is still holding on to the ecstasy of hope, but also still chasing a thrill. I feel this is someone who is still holding on to what they feel is their peace, but I feel someone that's only put themselves in a place where they just got too comfortable. very comfortable in a very intense situation. This is someone who knows they owe you an apology, but they're still being elusive, scared to react to something. Someone doesn't want to seem weak behind you, so they fail to ask for your forgiveness or even return because of all the conflict they're attached to, things that they have attracted that they're not wanting you to see. I feel like this is someone who abandoned a situation, wanted you to chase, but I feel it only brought more conflict and confusion to a situation that they only made more complicated. I feel this is someone who brought confusion to a situation where there was high possibilities, yet they took a risk and avoided something. Someone pushed you away as you're coming out as a twin flame energy. They're wanting to ask for a second chance or make amends, but this energy has just been frozen, solid. I feel like this is someone who has stonewalled you. There's no words when it comes to a masculine energy. Someone who is supposed to be the yin to your yang. There was supposed to be hope. Something should have went the distance. Yet I feel this energy exhausted you, leaving something hopeless because of the distance. I feel the distance between the two of you definitely became a problem. And whether that's physically or emotionally, this illusion that they created definitely became a problem. Because now they're dealing with cause and effect, a true debt when it comes to someone who now feels cursed. This is someone who feels like their life has been tainted. There's no way out of it. This is why they have yet to ask for forgiveness, because things are still out of control. This is someone who feels like their negative mindset will never change. You may feel that energy. Please take it how it resonates, but someone knows that something has changed for good when it comes to something that is shattered, destroyed, or broken. I feel this is someone who is now going through an emotional storm when it comes to something that is affected or unstable. The chemistry is off, as well as the passion. Wow, because there's no clarity, there's no truth, there's no foundation with you. I feel this confusion also affected the foundation. This is why there's a lot of conflict when it comes to a masculine energy and a feminine energy. The chemistry is off, the chemistry has changed, and someone is definitely going through an unstable time of emotional imbalance. This is an emotional storm for someone who walked away, making something final. I feel the chemistry changed with this energy because they're sitting in a space of anger, possibly saying hurtful words, calling your bluff. Wow. And I feel them being in this heart fog or sending these mixed signals cause you to accept something when it comes to them. Accepting the fact that this energy may never change, or they will always be wounded, as these wounds definitely run deep. I feel this is someone who blocked their emotions, sending these mixed signals because they were sidetracked. But I feel them being distracted only causes changes. I feel it caused changes in a connection here that only cause delays within a family unit, a commitment, a close bond. As this is someone who was stuck in a fantasy when it comes to influences, attachments, and third parties. Someone feels like they're stuck in a loop or lost in a fantasy or something that is not real. Someone should have kept their promise when it comes to you, but this energy just wasn't loyal. There was no trust. This energy was not reliable when it comes to you. I feel this is someone who is sitting in an obscure energy where there's a mysterious sense of energy here, where they're keeping secrets, they're concealing something. But I feel them not revealing something when it comes to a fantasy, an illusion, or a third party only causes them to be stuck in their own misery, as their secrets are the very thing that's keeping them bound. I feel like this is someone who has lost a lot. I feel this is someone who has lost a lot, who is now getting a different treatment from those who benefit from them being naive or lost. I feel the fact that they were naive or trying to fit in or even be accepted caused them to take a different path where there was no reward, but a lot of karma. I feel this is someone who created a lot of debt, taking a different path when it comes to a close bond, a commitment, or even family, as this is someone who is always running, ghosting. Yet I feel now this energy has become invisible while they deal with their consequences. This is someone who ran from the connection, yet they're wanting a second chance, but they're too stressed out from the tension and arguments surrounding them. I feel this is someone who is thinking about you in the worst way. They miss you, they crave you, they desire your energy, but I feel their mistakes have left them hollow, empty. I feel this is someone who lacks in value because of their pride, their ego, their arrogance. I feel this is someone who's been very stubborn, and now they're just going to have to go deep. Someone's going to have to go deep because their pain runs deep. Because now that they have to lean on others for support or even stability, they're now seen as a problem or a burden. Because now that their finances have changed, or others now see how sensitive or shallow they are, others are now noticing how unprepared they are for life or anything else. As many are now realizing you were the glue that held this energy together. You were the reason for their peace, their depth, their harmony, their balance. Yet I feel them being elusive and withdrawn changed the connection between the two of you, because they failed to release and confess. I feel there's a need for a confession that is attached to their losses, their sorrow, and their pain. Yet I feel this energy is very apprehensive and cautious because they have yet to deal with what they refuse to heal. But I feel this is someone who is going to have to go deep before they get it right. This is someone who should have clung to the intimacy. Whatever you are offering this energy, this is something that they're longing for. But I feel they're coming to a realization when it comes to a chance they took, because now they're just left with the memories.
Food for thought.
Because now that others are realizing that you were the glue that held them together, they're just seen as a sad excuse of what or who they used to be, which is becoming a true burden or a turnoff for those who saw them differently. Now they're stuck in a space where they're trying to figure something out, make some type of change. But this energy is still running, avoiding, pushing too many people away. I feel like this is someone who is pushing the wrong people away but inviting the wrong energies in. But I feel this is someone who needs to think twice before this distance gets the best of them. I feel this is someone who doesn't realize time is not on their side when it comes to you opening up or even letting them in. They just might not get their second chance. But I feel if this energy has any chance of making things right, they're going to have to make some choices. This energy is going to have to make some choices through intention to resolve this conflict instead of just running away. I feel this is someone who has been elusive or resistant for some time now, but I feel you didn't know how damaged they were until you tried to love them, which is the same feeling or rejection others are feeling right now. But instead of this third party loving them despite their wrongs or their shortcomings, they become verbally abusive, emotionally, mentally, physically. Please take it how it resonates. But the chemistry between the two of them, or what they thought was chemistry, is just not the same. As I sense this third party is truly turned off by the fact that they are now seeing who they truly are. And they don't like who they've become, since they've become more like a backpack to be carried versus a resource they can benefit from. I feel this is someone who now realizes the chemistry is off and there's a lot of conflict and differences surrounding them. But I feel it's the fantasy and illusion that caused so much pain, discomfort, and the fact that someone was too foolish and arrogant to call your bluff. Someone's definitely wearing a mask when it comes to something that they were rooted in or rooted to. Someone knows they owe you this apology, but they're still stuck in a lot of conflict and confusion that causes their chemistry to change or their chemistry to be off. I feel this is someone who daydreams about you often, thinks about you through the day and even the night. This is someone who definitely misses you, but I feel like they're completely stressed out. This is someone who is overloaded not just by life, but also things that are coming out about them. A truth that is being exposed. And they're wanting to vent. They're wanting to talk to you. Someone wants to tell you the truth before someone else does. Someone wants to vent, talk about the issues when it comes to the conflict and the change in the chemistry. Someone knows they owe you this apology, but someone also feels like they don't deserve your forgiveness. All because they were putting on a show and showing off. I feel like this is someone who gave into a pipe dream, a fantasy, an illusion, a false reality when it comes to a group of people or a person that completely has them distracted or stressed out. I feel like this is someone who is now dealing with a hater. But I feel this is someone who didn't see that. They didn't see that energy before. Yeah. I definitely feel this is someone who is being tested in the worst way. This is someone who feels like they're being spiritually attacked, but I feel this is someone who let the wrong people in. This is why they're heavily thinking about you, or how they tried to call your bluff within this connection that they should have taken seriously, rooted themselves to, because now they're just trying to put the pieces together. Someone is definitely trying to put the pieces together when it comes to the mess that they have created, but I feel this energy is so stressed out and distracted by things that they have attracted. They're trying to figure out how to get out of this poisonous situation that has definitely become toxic. I feel there's a sense of depression for putting on a show. They're wanting to talk, they're wanting to vent to you, but this hater is just too close. This hater is coming out as toxic, and someone knows now they made the wrong choice. Someone is realizing they attracted the wrong energy, or someone just as evil or damaged than they are. I feel this is someone who has them distracted by toxic ways of thinking or being, and they're wanting to kick something to the curb. This could also be the energy of someone making a bad choice and being kicked to the curb, and this is how things fell apart. Things fell apart because someone was trying to replace your energy or copy and paste it in some way. This copycat only became a bugaboo. I feel like this is someone who destroyed something, they broke something, and they caused something to go up in flames. I feel this depression is attached to their pain, the pain of destroying something with you that they now want to talk about. I feel the third party also is a reason something went up in flames, because there's a lot of deceit, backstabbing ways when it comes to a traitor. Someone who just cannot be trusted. This could be the third party or this other energy who is now truly living a nightmare. Someone is definitely all in their feelings about throwing something away with you instead of giving you family time, because something has now expired. As I said before, time is definitely not on their side, and many of you have chose to walk away and let their life explode, while others, you definitely have a sense of pity for them, but some people just have to live and learn. I feel this is old news for many of you, but someone is definitely wanting to set the record straight when it comes to the promises they broke, because they still have a lot of love for you. This is someone who is brainstorming, trying to figure something out, how to show you how much they care, but they know they screwed this up real bad. For many of you, this is someone who feels like you already know the truth. They're trying to brainstorm on what to say. They don't want to cross something. They don't want to cross you even more than they have. But I feel for many of you, it's already game over. They had their chance, and they blew it. Now you just might be too busy to hear this announcement, and someone's just writing it out when they know they should be fighting for you, because there is nothing they hate about you. This is someone who is just chasing a thrill, a fantasy, doing something for money. Now, this energy is wanting to come in for your heart because someone is putting them in their place. There's an argument here where someone is arguing about you or because of you, and someone just might be kicked to the curb because of what is said here. I feel someone is going through a test and they're needing to look deeper, especially when it comes to those who they can't tell the difference. Something looks the same when it comes to someone who is deceiving them. This is someone who they need to run from. They run from everything else, but something keeps this energy bound, tied, stressed out, and someone is watching it all go down when it comes to the games they play. There could be some police involved here, but I feel you're centering yourself because someone made this mess, and whatever they're about to go through is the only way they can pay their dues. I feel this third party is sitting in jealousy and envy, even if they don't know you. Someone doesn't like the fact that this energy is speaking about you. I feel this is someone who is all in their feelings about this connection being lost, how they threw it away. For many of you, it's not what they did, it's how they chose to do it. This is someone who definitely has a lot of love for you, but I feel setting the record straight may have become something that is lost or expired. Because many of you just might not want to hear it. And someone's just going to have to live with this nightmare or these toxic energies or people. As it seems the mess they made is something they're going to have to clean up themselves. Let's get a final deck here. Confirmation. Confirmation, Holy Spirit. Thank you. This is someone who definitely needs to make some healthier choices to put the pieces together. Be honest about self when it comes to things that they attract in their life to truly come to some type of realization or epiphany. I feel like with this epiphany, someone is being illuminated. A spark has been made when it comes to something that they destroyed, because this energy is now wanting to release something that holds them back, but I feel this energy is still worried about what they lose in the process. I feel this is someone who just should let it go and move on and accept the sacrifice, but I feel this is someone who is just not ready to do that. I feel like this is someone who wants to mend a bridge with you, but they're going through some type of crisis when it comes to their identity. Yeah, this is someone who wants to mend something with you, and there's a painful ending ahead for them, especially when it comes to this third party who is not letting go without a fight. I feel this is a life-changing shift when it comes to their bad decisions, their mistakes, their choices. But I feel it's the only way that they can put the pieces together and find a sense of peace or even change. They're going to have to step into the unknown and accept their shortcomings, because all that glitters is not gold. I feel this is someone who needs to embrace the inevitable, especially when it comes to their shortcomings, because this shift is definitely going to make them feel like they have gotten the short end of the stick. Yeah. They feel like they've gotten the short end of the stick when it comes to a crisis that they're needing to overcome. Release the expectations when it comes to real love, authentic energy, and expand their mindset to expose the truth. I feel like this is someone who needs to expose the truth or reveal something to cultivate a relationship with you, to right their wrongs. They're going to have to see something for what it is, take something at face value. I feel this is someone who's going to have to do something with intention to learn, grow, and even cleanse their energy to make lemons out of lemonade. Someone's going to have to pay their dues. I feel this is someone who's going to have to pay their dues before they level up, and to do so they're going to have to close one door to open another. I feel this is someone who's going to have to make a lot of sacrifices and acknowledge their wrongs to burn away the past. I feel like this is someone who needs to cleanse their energy and relocate. This is someone who needs to move on, sacrifice what they feel they need to create balance with the yin and the yang. I feel something is about to happen in divine timing that causes them to take a leap of faith. I feel someone is going to take a leap of faith after their decisions backfire or things just go up in flames. Something is definitely backfiring when it comes to exploring partners or reading between the lines when it comes to friends. Because this is someone who kept their friends close and their enemies even closer. And they're going to have to choose their words wisely when it comes to fake friends. This is someone who might come into your energy in survival mode. They're trying to figure things out, and they just might be very desperate for change. I feel this is someone who will go through this mode of survival just to overcome some type of complacency when it comes to something they're truly under pressure about. I feel this is someone who needs to detach from an outcome to truly speak from the heart reconcile something with you, to deviate from the debt that they have caused when it comes to karma. Out with the old, in with the new when it comes to being in a space of peace. But I feel like this is someone who needs to turn their back on something to finally gain access to you. For many of you, the access has been denied as you have already stepped into a different blessing, a new phase in life. And I feel for others, you're just going to have to expect the unexpected when it comes to someone who is truly triggered from their trauma. This is someone who is triggered by the mistakes and the mess that they have made, but they're just going to have to suck it up and level up to truly heal what hurts them. This is someone who's going to have to be selfless with their pain, knowing that the grass is not greener on the other side. Someone that's trying to find a way to deviate from the path that they have taken. They're going to find some place of peace and solace after moving in silence or walking in silence. But whatever this energy is about to do, they must do it of free will. But the fact that they just can't get things right is the real reason they're at a distance or very vague with you, because they don't really want you to know how far they've fallen. But no matter how they truly feel or whatever they're trying to hide or pretend to be content about, it's becoming pretty obvious that they were at their best, especially when they were with you. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading and has gained some food for thought. If so, let me know by commenting down below or liking this video. Hope to see you again, guys. Bye.